There's a fire in you, right? A spark that refuses to bend, to obey, to be tamed by traditional ritual manuals. That fire wants to do more than illuminate. It wants to tear down walls, punch through dogma, and howl at the indifferent sky. That fire is the same one that makes a punk band sweat on a stage, spray paint a city wall, or whisper secrets in the dark alleys of your mind. And yes, that fire can be used to build something alive, something that grows on its own, something that's both a mirror and a weapon, an egregore, but not your dusty ceremonial egregore. No robes, no hierarchies, no one saying you must call it this. This is the Spirit Punk Egregore, raw, restless, alive. So let's start at the beginning. What is an egregore? In the old occult books, it's called a thought form, a collective consciousness, a spirit created and sustained by belief, energy, and attention. But that definition is polite. The truth is uglier, wilder, and more fun. An egregore is what happens when enough people, ideas, and intensity collide. It is not polite. It does not sit still. It will eat your assumptions for breakfast and spit them out as chaos. That's why a punk approach works, because the energy required isn't careful meditation or incense-fumed contemplation. It's revolt, it's passion, it's intensity wrapped in noise. The first thing to understand about building a Spirit Punk Egregore is that it's not about control. Stop right there. I know you've been told your whole magical life that control equals power. Not here. Power here is anarchic, messy, mutual. You don't own the egregore. It owns a part of you. You feed it, it feeds you, and sometimes it bites, and that's the beauty. You start with intention, yes, but intention is like gasoline, not a leash. So, how do you start? You start by defining what you're rebelling against. Every egregore needs a shape, and in the Punk Magick context, shape is rebellion. Are you sick of corporate bullshit suffocating creativity? Are you tired of spiritual authority telling you how to feel and what to believe and what to worship? Are you furious at a system that prizes conformity over vitality? Good. That fury is your raw material. Write it down, scream it into the void, paint it on a wall. This is not symbolic, it is foundational. The egregore will feed on the clarity and intensity of your defiance. Next, you need to give it a form. Forms are funny things. They aren't about literal appearances. Your egregore doesn't have to look like a demon or a goddess unless that's what stirs you. A Spirit Punk Egregore thrives on concept and metaphor. Maybe it's a creature of smoke and electricity. Maybe it's a street cat that prowls your mental cityscape. Maybe it's a hologram made from fragments of music, graffiti, and broken technology. Whatever it is, it has to resonate with the energy you're pouring into it. It has to feel like rebellion incarnate. Don't overthink it. Your imagination is already wired for punk. Trust that. Then comes the ritual. And here's where we break the mold entirely. There's no altar required, no candles, no chanting in a dusty language you don't understand. Your ritual is your life. It's the act of showing up consciously with intent and doing things that shock, disturb, and delight. Create a sigil for the egregore, yes, but paint it on a skateboard or draw it on your notebook. Write its name in your journal in a font that looks like it was or clawed from the edge of a broken city. Play music that vibrates through your chest while you focus on the egregore. Dance, shout, hack, build, destroy. Let the act itself carry the energy. The egregore doesn't care if you're polite or perfect. It only cares that you are alive and fully engaged. And here's a key point about Spirit Punk Egregores. They grow through community, not hierarchy. Traditional egregores are often fed by a single coven or a secret society, but the punk version thrives on chaos and multiplicity. Find your people, spread your sigils online, share stories, memes, artwork, songs, or rituals connected to the egregore. Each contribution, each act of attention, each spark of recognition feeds it. and it will feed back. You'll notice small coincidences, subtle guidance, and presence that seems to orbit your projects, your dreams, your obsessions. That is not magic as you learned it in a polite textbooks. That is magic alive and tamed and uncompromising. You'll also need rules, but not rules as chains. Rules are agreements with the egregore and with yourself. They define how you interact, not how you dominate. For example, no one sacrifices anyone. No one lets the egregore replace life. It is a companion, a spark, a catalyst. You may set agreements about energy exchange. You give your attention and your fury. It gives you inspiration, resilience, disruption. But this is fluid. Punk magic is never about rigid structure. Don't forget feedback loops either. One of the most fun aspects of a Spirit Punk Egregore is seeing how it manifests. Maybe it shows up in your dreams. Maybe it causes weird coincidences. Maybe it inspires songs, graffiti, or digital art. Maybe it whispers ideas that you're coding, or when you're coding, drawing, or writing. This feedback is crucial. Treat it as a conversation, not proof. The egregore is a collaborator. Listen, react, adjust, and let it surprise you. The danger here is complacency. Punk energy is fleeting. If you stop feeding, if you stop engaging, the egregore stagnates. You'll feel it as a dulling of inspiration, a sense that the world has become heavier or slower. That's when you know it's time to spark the fire again, through action, through chaos, through creation. And remember, the egregore may not die in any human manner, but it can fade. Keep it sharp, keep it rebellious, and keep it alive. And here's where it gets interesting. Once your Spirit Punk Egregore is alive, it begins to influence the world in ways you can't control. That's the punk part. It might push people towards ideas you didn't expect. It might spark projects, connections, or disruptions that aren't yours, and that's fine. That's exactly the point. You've built something autonomous. You've created a wild spirit in the shape of your rebellion. It doesn't need your permission to act. It only needs your attention to grow. And that's how it differs from traditional forms of magic. This isn't about ego or mastery. This is anarchic and alive. This is collaboration between your fire and something that is bigger than you, something built from shared energy passion. It is a spiritual punk band playing in a city where every wall is a canvas and every shadow is a note in its song. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do I turn all of this into action? Simple. Don't follow directions. Build, experiment, break, make new rules. Start with your anger. Give it form, give it attention. Let it eat, let it breathe, let it shape itself. Let it inspire, confuse, disrupt, guide. The Spirit Punk Egregore is not a thing you control. It is a spark of anarchic vitality that grows from the chaos of your mind and your community. It is a mirror, a weapon, a companion, and a provocation. It is proof that magic does not have to be polite. It can be raw, it can be loud, it can be dangerous, and yes, it can be beautiful. So, what are you waiting for? Pick up your spray can, your guitar, your keyboard, your journal. Choose the fire in you, shape it into form, pour yourself into it, and watch as the Spirit Punk Egregore rises from passion, noise, defiance, and life itself. It's alive and it's yours if you have the courage to let it be free.